Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cat's Cottage. I have been shopping today, and I got a few things, and I'm going to show you my treasures. Now, I've got this basket, big old, I guess that's wicker basket, to put my dishes in from the kitchen that I want to clean out my kitchen of the dishes. Anyway, and then I got me a pair of Danskin shoes, pretty good shape. And let's see what else. I got a top, Chico's. I had two other blue ones with this one, and they were Chico's too. That's the brand of clothes I used to buy when I was working. But when I went to the checkout, they weren't there. So somebody picked them up, and that's okay. So I mean, that's got to be the easy way to shop with all those clothes out there. It just makes you dizzy looking at them, and you just look at somebody that's about your size and go get hers. I'm just talking. I don't know if that really happened, but somebody lifted them. Anyway, I'm okay with that. And I got me a sweater. This is the first sweater I picked up. It's a summer sweater, and I'm going to keep it for putting it on in the morning. I get kind of cold when I get up. My house is real cool at night. And so I got me a light sweater I can put on possibly while I'm sitting in here making the videos. I can wear a good warm sweater. Okay. And then I got me a pair of work pants, uh, granny pants. Okay. And now I've got a bowl or two of this. And so I found some little saucers. Um, I think this set already went out the door, but that's okay. These were by themselves. And, I'll put them with my collection. Then I picked this up, and I'm not sure about it. I don't know why I picked it up. It's pretty heavy duty, and I guess it's for fruit, or you can put a planter in it. You could even I don't know, you could even put a baby doll in it. It does roll. Um, but anyway, it didn't cost that much, and that's something I bought too. Put that down there. Okay, and they had a bunch of these in there, and I told myself to go get them. Go pick them up, hang them up on your balcony or somewhere like that, maybe in the trees or wherever you want to. They're souvenirs. This one's from get out in a minute, McMinnville, Tennessee. I've been there. They got caves and stuff there. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I used to have a bunch of these, and I sold them all. That were really my souvenirs. And but anyway, I picked that one up for a couple dollars. And then this decorative birdhouse, and it's not meant really, I don't think, for the birds. It does have a screen window here and a real bird hole for the birds to get in. This is all screen windows, but it's got everything on it. Old bikes, old honey jars, serving hot lemonade right there, cold drinks. You go inside, and I don't know, I guess you get something to eat in there. They're selling apples and different things. All kind of little signs written here and there on it. It's got quite a bit of detail in it. Um, I'll hang it up outside, on my balcony there. When I hang something out like this, it's like too far away from the house. And even sometimes on the house, the squirrels come and they just destroy it. They chew everything up about it. They just chew it up. I've had several of these. and they'll chew them up. They're chewing now on my bird feeders. They do that every once in a while, and there's plenty of feed out there, but they still insist on chewing. I think they're sharpening their teeth or something. But yeah, this is really cute. Um, well, somebody tore that paper off. It had a paper on the bottom of it. Probably was a souvenir. But anyway, that's that. Um, and from there, I went over to Lowe's and got myself a load of, uh, old plants that they put it back there to clearance is what I'm trying to say. Clearance plants. A lot of baskets that had a little damage on them, not much, but I got some of those, and pretty nice. Um, they didn't have what I wanted, what I was going there for, so I had to go over to the other hardware store. And now my dentist, I didn't tell him I didn't know this. I kept my mouth shut because he was already talking down to me. So, but I was listening to what he was saying, and he constantly talking about his garden like he's the perfect gardener. And I dare not say anything, Everything he says about his garden is wonderful. Okay. But anyway, he mentioned people had to be stupid if they don't know about blossom set, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, blossom set. I've heard of that. So I went and bought some. And we don't have many bees these days. And not many, even any kind of other bug to propagate our plants. You can have a beautiful squash plant, and if you don't have any bees come, now you can take that male bloom and try to put it around on the plant, but if you don't have a male bloom, that cucumber I had back there, I bet you it had 50 blooms on it. I must have showed that to y'all. I got 2 cucumbers sitting on it. All the rest of the blooms fell. Or you'll get a fruit about that long, and then it'll start turning and drop off. That is from not having propagation in your plant. And this, I'm assuming from the way he talked, the genius gardener, that this will help make you a fruit. So I'm going to read everything that's on here and make sure I do this right. And I'm going to spray my blossoms. I'm going to try it out. Okay. Now, the rest of it was, I went out there this morning. Oh, my goodness. I had put out some of those bags for these grub beetles, Japanese beetle traps. I had some left over from last year. So I'm thinking that maybe my stuff was just too old. And anyway, they've eaten most of the blooms in the back, and I had still had some blooms in the front. So this morning I went out there to pick my blackberries, and there were balls of those beetles on my rose bushes, and they had eaten them down to where the leaves were skeletons. You could see through them. And so I thought, oh, this is not going to work. So I went and got 2 fresh ones, 2 fresh bags, and going to set them up. But yeah, it's disappointing. You got beautiful roses there, and then the next morning you go out there and they've been eaten down, and you see all those grub beetles. Those come from the grass. You have to treat your grass. I never have, but I need to treat the grass for those grubs. And then, my neighbors, they're not doing anything, so I get all their grubs. But yeah, the beetles really came in here last year, and I took the advice of that nursery man. He told me to cut all of the blooms off the beautiful roses that you want to see, just cut them off, make you some inside bouquets and all that. Get rid of your roses, and they'll they'll go away. They'll go to somewhere else to eat somebody else's flowers, and then time fall comes, you'll have some roses, and that worked. That happened. So, yep, they've eaten me down again. And I use that stuff you put in the sprinkle on the ground that is for insects and makes the rose not taste good. And what else does it do? Fertilize. It does not prevent them. But anyway, I got 2 boxes worth, and I'm going to set it up again. Fresh pheromones. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to try again. I just constantly trying for roses. And my husband says, why don't you just give up and not grow roses? He said, you can grow all kind of things. You don't have to grow roses. But I'm kind of determined. Um, anyway, that's where else I went shopping. And I went to that place that has opened up here. It's been here about 5-6 months, and I hadn't been over there. Called, excuse me, Chicken Salad Chick. It's interesting because it was really good food, and it fills you up, and you can't eat it all. So if you have one of those places near you, don't order very much. I brought mine home, but the place is different because it's a snooty type of place. It's a snooty place for people of money. And I picked up on that right after I went in. And there are places still around like that where people just, I don't know what it is. They want to be away from any low class around, and they want to sit around with other rich people. And they do that in Panera Bread too. Panera Bread and Chicken Salad Chick, they're just alike. So if you've been in Panera Bread, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I can't say that I actually enjoyed it. I didn't have a problem there. It was nice and clean and quiet. And also, a guy in there was kind of into my earrings. I don't know what is it about these earrings? I have people stopping me and like, if I could get a case of these earrings, I think I could sell them just by walking around. Oh, you like them, do you? $10. Just little old junky plastic earrings. I get compliment after compliment everywhere I go, and it's kind of funny. A man came by me in there and told me he liked my earrings, and my husband's, what did he say? Did he say something to me? I said, no, he said something to me, not you. He said about my earrings. I said, everywhere I go, people talk about these. I don't know. Nobody's wearing sunflower earrings, I guess, and it's unusual. But anyway, enough about that. Uh, I had a pretty good time, and it was hot. And when I got home here, uh, I decided to stay in. Too hot. And my husband's outside. He's hard-headed. You can't talk him out of it. He's going to go outside. He's going to work in the heat. He don't care what you got to say. You can say all you want to say. When he gets through, he'll come in here and he'll look horrible, and he'll complain and moan about it. But he could have waited. He could have waited till the late evening or waited till in the morning and done it. But that's him. And you can't stop him. So go for it. You know. Uh, my grandma was down there in Mobile. And it was the time, I don't know if y'all remember that time, how many years back it was. I don't know. And we had extreme heat, extreme heat. And it was 102. She decided to go outside and trim her hedge. She was 82. She went out healthy, nothing wrong with her that she knew of. She went out and was trimming on the hedges. And she told my mama that, no, no, I need those hedges trimmed, and so I can not have that on my mind. And, I'll do it. So hour or so later, she calls back, my mother, and she said, Hazel, I want to tell you I love you. And I'm sitting in my chair inside, and I'm going to pass. I'm having a heat stroke, and I'm going to pass. They found her dead in a chair. So you have to be careful. I mean, why not just wait? I used to get out there and run in that heat. I waited for it to get hot so I could go running. But I was young, see? Um, just when you get older, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not important, you know? Um, everything that he's doing right now could be done tomorrow in the morning cool air. Everything. He's running a weed eater, and then later he wants to weed eat and then cut. He could do that in the morning. And I told him, I said, well, I'll help you. We can take turns cutting grass, but I'm not going out there right now. You know, I'm not going to be like my grandma, hard-headed. Um, but anyway, I had a good time. Got a few little things I didn't need. I didn't need any of this. But I did need that stuff to kill those bugs. I mean, it's what I've read about them, those beetles, Japanese beetles. Once they eat your flowers, they start eating the leaves, and that's what they've done out front. They have made them the leaves are just skeletons. And I'm not going to have that. I'll get out there and I'll grab them with my hands. And that's what I was doing this morning. I took a baggie and I was just snatching them, throwing them in the sack, putting the sack down on the ground and stomping it. I must have killed 20, 30 beetles just doing that within that short period. And I said, no, I got to get something today. I got to do more. I got to get rid of these things. I don't want them back. If I have to treat the ground here, I don't know what I'll need to do. But anyway, and I'm gonna try out that blossom set. I never used it, never, and I'm gonna see how that works, and I'll let y'all know if all my plants die. But I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day, and stay out of the heat. It's already in the 90s here, so have a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.